friends, it's Jenny, and I'm getting ready to work on a layout using the Keep It Simple Paper Crafts Belle Once Upon a Time collection. Now, I got this collection a little while ago, and it just so happened that at the same time, my grandbaby had a little meet and greet at their library, and Belle was a guest. Belle was the guest reader, which is kind of awesome. She knows that Belle is my favorite princess, and so she was very, very excited. Let me show you the collection, and then I'll show you what I'm planning to work on. So as I said, this is from Keep It Simple Paper Crafts. There's 12 by 12 double-sided sheets of cardstock. There's 12 sheets. On the back of the cover sheet is Mrs. Potts and Chip and a book and a bow on a blue background. Here's and there's 2 sheets of all of the papers. I don't have them here. I'll put this one here. So you've got this yellow background with red roses, and there's also blue flowers here. In the back of this is a sky with the castle and beast and the rose and the little broom and books, and you've got Mrs. Potts and Chip, and why can't I remember their names, but just some of the enchanted items that are in the castle. This particular sheet of paper is a dark blue background with the red roses, and then this looks like a glitter piece of paper. It's just really pretty. And also a great background because it's pretty easy to use. This is a yellow background with diamonds in very small roses. And the back side is this beautiful dark blue background with Belle and the Beast dancing. She's in her beautiful yellow dress. Mrs. Potts, you've got the rose and some books. Here's the second sheet of that. Second sheet of the yellow. Making sure we saw that one. Nope, you didn't see that one yet. So here's the yellow background with Belle and her beautiful dress, and more of the, that's Lumiere and then Cogsworth. There you go. Back of this is a light blue background with blue roses. Very, very pretty. And then you've got this yellow background. They just look like circles with confetti. So maybe it's like bubbles with confetti around it. And then the light blue background. These are yellow hearts and just blue and white polka dots everywhere. This piece of paper is just that dark blue that's used throughout the collection in diagonal stripes, along with the confetti piece of paper in the middle. And then the back side is another piece of paper that looks like it's got confetti all over it. So here's what I've got to work on. So these were the photos from the library event. This was meeting Belle, spending some time with her, and this is her telling her how Belle is her Grammy's favorite. You got Belle with her magic mirror talking to the kids, and then she's so excited. She's got, just listening to her read. And then here they were doing a coloring page afterwards. I've picked out, I do have the 6x8 paper pad, and the 6x8 paper pad has 3 of each patterned piece of paper, and they are the same patterns that are in the 12x12. So I picked these as I was thinking of using these to frame my photos, but we'll see. Just an idea. I want to use the yellow piece of paper because yellow is my favorite color. Belle is my favorite princess. So there you go. I want to use this piece of paper in some way. The background of that is that pretty light blue with the flowers. I want to use this piece of paper, which is the blue with the hearts and the darker blue and white polka dot. Back of that was the yellow. I'm also thinking about using this piece of paper, the dark blue background with the red roses. The back of that was the what looks like glitter, more like glitter, not confetti. This one looks like glitter, the other one looks like confetti. And then also this, of course, beautiful diagonal stripe is always one of my favorites to use. And then this one was the back that looks like it's confetti. I also have 2 plain white sheets of cardstock, as I am going to make a 2-page spread. Now, let me show you. Let me grab my papers again, put this back here. As you know, to know what I'm working on, I've got my photos. I will show you the embellishments I plan to use. Now there is a pack of ephemera from Keep It Simple, and it's really just images of the Belle and the Beast and such. They're fun. There's also this ephemera that's to make title pieces, something like that. So there's quite a few pieces in there to create that layering. And then I had a planner that was princesses before, and when I took it apart, I cut out a lot of the images and I actually made my own flair. So I've got some Belle here and Mrs. Potts, and I believe I have some that have Lumiere and Cogsworth on them as well. Yeah, Lumiere and Cogsworth, and there's Mrs. Potts and Chip. So I've got these. What I've picked to use, I've got my little tray here, is I had this piece of ribbon as I was taking some things apart and organizing and such like this. This was in a very old kit, so I put it on my desk as something to use. Let's use this up, and it matches the papers, so hopefully we'll get this ribbon used. I have these premium sequins from, this is called 28 Lilac Lane. Oh, this is from Buttons Galore and More. So let's see if this has a name for this. Oh, early spring. But I just thought, because it has yellows and pinks and blues and greens, that I could maybe sprinkle these around the layout somehow. For my title piece, now I've got a lot of stuff picked here. I don't plan on using all of it, but I just wanted to give myself options, because options are always good. So either I'm going to use, this is the back piece with the red, and then it says princess, or the blue. I just haven't decided which one yet, and I won't decide until I actually put the layout together. So that's going to be kind of my title piece. And then I've got lots of little things picked out. I do have one of each of my flairs. So I got, you know, Belle and Cogsworth and Lumiere and Mrs. Potts and Chip. And then here I've got a couple of different Belles. Belle's in her beautiful dress. Belle in her, when she's singing through the town. I have got Mrs. Potts and Cogsworth and this enchanting word. Lots and lots of books I selected. Here's Lumiere, and then we've got flowers and books, so you get the idea. Hearts. So these are some of the things that I took out of the ephemera pack to use, and then my own flair that I've created, along with that ribbon and sequin mix. And then I've also got here a sketch that kind of inspired me here. So this is from the May 2024 page map sketch. So here you see, there they are, the 2-page sketch. So that's what I said. I've got my white background. I imagine this piece here, the larger piece there, is probably going to be the diagonal stripe. Now there's a strip here and then a strip here. This strip behind the photos, I was thinking of using one of these, the dark blue with the roses or the light blue with the hearts. And then for the bottom, I'm going to use the Belle paper. So just as I cut things and put them together, here there's a scallop at the top, places for embellishments in my title and journaling, but this is what I am inspired by, what I'm going to kind of map my 2-pager out to using the papers that I've picked and the photos. So let me go ahead and start to work on this, get some things cut up, and I'll come back and show you where I'm at.